Hello everyone. So I've decided to start a new series where I take a look at the flesh and blood market, or rather the TCG market, and give some comments about it, or rather how we should be reacting to announcements and current changes in the flesh and blood market. So this is going to be a very irregular series. I'm just going to do it whenever I feel like it, and it's going to be very low effort. Like, okay, I mean the production is very low effort, but my comments will not be low effort, I promise. Okay, this will be some words of wisdom that you should only take as schizophrenic ramblings from a psychotic person. So this is not financial advice. This is not even educational. Maybe it's a bit educational, but it is mainly for entertainment. So let's continue. This is episode 1, Fabulous Markets, Shelter from the Reprint Storm. So yes, the newest set has been announced. Compendium of Wraith. This is going to be a sort of a master set for Flesh and Blood. But also, let's take a look here. Support for every class and talent. New equipment, commons and rares designed for Silver Age. And yeah, so there's going to be new cards in this set. And there's going to be, they elaborate more on this, saying that there will be tributes to fan favorite cards and strategies. Old mechanics will be revisited and built upon. And okay, this is the most important part I feel that a lot of people are missing. An extra rare in every pack and the chance to hit 3 cold foils per display. So I'm going to explain what these mean one by one, okay? So the first thing, the possible implications of this. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind, iconic cards being reprinted. Shit like Enlightened Strike, shit like Command and Conquer, Fiendal Spring Tunic. You already saw the box topper. Was it Antiquities? The box topper for the set will have Eye of Ophidia, Fiendal Spring Tunic, Shelter from the Storm, and Balance of Justice. So much needed reprints, of course. I'm expecting the prices for shit like Enlightened Strike to go down, obviously, because they're going to be reprinted. But they haven't officially announced Enlightened Strike reprint, but we saw a picture that looks like what may be a new art for Enlightened Strike. Don't quote me on that. But if I was looking to purchase any of these cards, these new staples like Command and Conquer, Enlightened Strike, Out of War maybe, I don't know if they're going to reprint Out of War, it's a kind of banned in a lot of formats. But if you are looking for these cards, I recommend maybe you rethink about it, or you try and get them at lower prices if you can, because there is a good chance that they might be being reprinted. And if you have these cards and you want to cycle them out for some value, you could try and sell these cards right now to the current market, and you can buy them back on the when they get reprinted. And I'll tell you why this is very important. Another thing on this part is they're going to reprint probably the Blade Beckoner gear. I think they'll probably reprint it because Hunted, which is where these equipments come from, has always been in shortage for the past I don't know how many months. I've never seen an English box of Hunted for the past like 4 months. I swear to God, it's all Japanese Hunted. So they have to reprint this. It's 95% confirmed that they will reprint this. If they don't reprint this, I don't know what's happening. Okay, I really do not understand the minds of the people deciding on the card list if they're not reprinting this. But there's another point to this. Okay, there's another extension point to this. They said they're gonna reprint new equipment, which means they might make the Blade Beckoner gear, instead of reprinting them, they might make them less relevant. So they did mention that they were going to print a lot of new card-specific gear. They showed it in the article. I'm not going to show the gear here, but there was a Brute Claw for KO, but specifically I think designed for KO. There was a Revered Legs for I think it was Guardian usage. So if I were you, I would also be very wary about buying Blade Beckoner gear at this point for Silver Age, unless you need them for an upcoming tournament really soon. Because let's not forget, there will be a Silver Age RTN season coming soon, right after or before the Classic Constructed season. So you may be forced actually just to buy these to play those competitive events, because this set is only coming out after the RTN season. Okay, so that's very important. The next thing I'll show you is this antiquity pack. Okay, like I mentioned previously, there's going to be a box topper for every box. I think every display of Companion of Raid. Yes, every box will have antiquity pack. I'm not sure if this is the full card list for the antiquity pack, but if it is, expect the prices for these 4 cards to go down drastically, because less variance in the card pool for this antiquity pack means that there will be a lot more supply of these 4 cards. I don't think that there will just be these 4 cards, but depending on the variance of the pack, of this antiquity pack, the cards being reprinted will be affected differently. So let's say there are like maybe 16 more cards, make it 20 different cards in the antiquity pack. Okay, so that's 1 in 20 chance, assuming drop rate is equal, 1 in 20 chance to get Eye of Ophidia, Balance of Justice, Fearless Spring Tunic, or Shelter from the Storm. So if it becomes 1 in 4, that means 1 in 4, these are very common, because after that they will be flooded. All these cards will be flooded in the market. But I don't think, okay, the asterisk here is I don't think there'll just be these 4 cards, okay? But do note that the price drop will depend on how many different cards are there in this antiquity pack, and also the quality of the cards in the antiquity pack. So there's this concept that sealed products will influence the prices of the cards inside, or rather the cards inside will be, or vice versa, they're related. More or less, they have to say that they're related. Okay, so we know the MSRP of this Compendium of Rift is going to be around 160 or something USD, 180 USD, I don't know, I forgot what it was, but it's less than 200 USD, which is a really good price for such a reprint product. If you look at other card games like Magic the Gathering, well, that's the only card game I can think of right now, but Magic the Gathering, their reprint sets cost a premium. They are premium sets, and they are very expensive. As a result, the reprints may not drop the prices of certain cards as much as, say, a set like HP01, History Pack 01. That set, when it came out, it dropped a lot of cards down, because the MSRP for that was really very reasonable. It was like 150-ish, and CNCs, E-Strikes, Out of Wars, those cards were very easy to get after for a period of time. But also you do have to consider that those are white bordered. But also this is not a collector's game, okay? This is mainly a competitive game, and it's designed as such. So you have to realize that your Eye of Ophidia, your cold foil Eye of Ophidias will be affected by the supply of more Eye of Ophidias, okay? I believe the game has not reached a point where collector items can stand on their own value based on their collectability alone. But as of now, Eye of Ophidia CF is like, I try to sell a PCG 9 grade one for 5 grand USD, and it's not moving. So that should tell you a bit about the collector market for this game right now. So the next point, old mechanics are revisited and built upon, bringing them into the modern age. Now this is a very interesting point for the article to make. Now old mechanics, I don't know how old they're talking about, okay? They could be, now these are the first few mechanics that I've seen. Intimidate, Crush, Reload. So possibly they're making more Crush cards, more Intimidate cards, Guardian buff, Brute buff, Ranger buff. Rangers are so underrepresented right now. There's like no Ranger being playable. There are no Rangers being playable right now. Not playable as in like competitively viable, right? So I think they're gonna force some classes that are underrepresented to have stronger cards right now, because I don't think they're probably not gonna print new heroes in this set. Probably not, because it's a reprint set. So Rangers, I think, will be paid special attention. I am maybe 60% sure that they'll print some good synergies for Ranger cards. So if you are a Ranger player and you have Ranger cards lying around like 3 of a Kind, Battering Bolt, Endless Arrows, I recommend you hold on to those right now. Hold on close to your chest. They will they probably will see like more synergistic support, and your classes which are underplayed will probably see more play in the future after this set. So here's a asterisk right here. I mentioned this. Even I say that you should keep these cards close to your chest, but they might get reprinted because this is a reprint set. Don't forget, there have been many times where certain heroes will spawn support, and the armory deck reprinted the card that spiked because people didn't know that they would reprint the M that class will need. One example is, damn, I can't think of any example. You guys know the one. You guys know the one. Like the armory deck, the very powerful M gets spoiled, and then another M that supports that class goes up in price. Then when the armory deck comes out, they spoil another M that they didn't spoil it earlier, so that price just tanks and it's reprinted in the armory deck. So it's like, oh, Mango, yes, Mango is one of them. Mango from the Yal Vertrady set. Wow, everyone who bought that card at $9 when Yal Vertrady was spoiled is like feeling the pain right now because Mango was printed in that set. I think 3 off. Oh, that was max pain for them. Okay, next. This is the most important part of this. The most important part of this article, I feel, that people are not paying attention to. Enjoy a premium pack opening experience with an extra rare in every pack and a chance to hit 3 cold foils per display. What this reminds me of, as you can see on the screen here, the anthologies from Magic the Gathering. This was when WotC first tried to make a mass reprint set. They reprinted so many cards and the drop rates were insane. The supply for this was absolutely nuts, and extra rare in every pack. That means times 1.5 plus 50% drop rate for your rares and majestics, I think, because if they say extra rare in every pack, I assume they mean there's going to be an extra majestic slot, potential majestic slot. Otherwise, I don't think they will say extra rare for like no reason, right? Because who the hell cares about rares? Well, some people do. There are some good rares, I guess, like the Blade Beckoners, for example. So I am worried about the potential for insane drop rates. Some cards may go way down. If CNC, I can see CNC reaching the same price pattern as Codex of Frailty, CNC E-Strike, if they have the same sort of pattern as the Codex of Frailty, because I tell you, right now CNC is not even that widely played. Last time it used to be played in every deck, but now CNC E-Strike, they're not as evergreen as they once were. Even Fiendal Spring Tunic. So I will be watching the supply and the potential drop rates for these packs, and you should too. So if you are a huge whale and you want to spend a lot, this is a set to buy. Buy more of this set. Support your local game shop. Buy Compendium of Wraith when it comes out. The expected value for this set is insane. Now everything I said here can just go out the window if this set has the same supply side issues as the Hunter as it did when it was launched. I'm telling you, all these things don't matter if LSS can't have proper supply of this set. This set could be as rare as like Black Label, maybe Black Label in like say Japan or Singapore. This could have the same supply as like Welcome to Rift Alpha or like first edition Arcane Rising. I don't know. We don't know. Maybe LSS doesn't even know. Anything could happen, right? The supply could just explode. Logistically, something could go wrong. So nothing here matters. So like I said, if you're gonna make a play based on this video, please bear in mind, nothing is guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. Do not anyhow over leverage. Do not buy anyhow. Okay? Do not sell anyhow also. Now for the last section of the video, I'll have one of these every video. Okay? Chief Cappy's picks. Great Library of Solana. Okay, so this is a very specific thing. I only have one card today because I'm just experimenting with this video, so I don't know if I might do this full time, but yeah, Great Library of Solana. Okay, there's a reason for this. Okay, right now, if you go on the local marketplace, you're Singaporean, go on the TCG marketplace right now. there are some, you can maybe buy it for 150, I don't know, maybe 170 or something. But if you have extra copies of these cards and you're going to Japan, buy this there, 25,000 yen for rainbow foil. And if you have cold foil, it's probably even better. So yeah, just take note, there's a major shortage of this card in Japan. If you're going to Japan, please feed them this card. Help my friends out. Yes, thank you. And yes, that is all for today's episode. Please support me. I appreciate any constructive comments in the comment below. So please, I like to talk about potential market forces, and I'm always happy to discuss speculations on what happens to price, what might happen to the price of cards after the release of this set, and maybe yeah, other stuff. If you're a LGS owner, you want to have like other perspectives, you want to let me know, please do let me know as well. And yes, that is all for today. Thank you.